All right, this is something I struggle with a lot. Uh, I make connections everywhere. I mean, I in my mind there is this map with pins all over it and ribbons tied in all the different zigzag directions, and I can see connections and consequences that will reverberate through this web of interconnected things. I can see it all the time. It's there all the time. Now, one of the hazards of having a mind that works like this is that any new information that you get, you try to incorporate into this net. Um, and the difficulty is knowing whether that bit of information belongs in a network of other things, or if it's a one-off, or if it's a coincidence, or something that isn't following from one of the other threads on your map. Now, the difficulty is, as we get older and we experience more and we see more of the world, and we've got stories and we've lived and stories we've heard from other people. We've got all of our media sphere, all the movies we've watched, all the news reports that we've watched, all the articles we've read, all the books we've read, what we've learned in school, our understanding of science and technology, varied as that may be. Um, as we get older, more things fit into our web easily, and there are kind of two responses to this. You can uh, just go into horrible despair as everything is all screwed up, or you can detach yourself from everything so much that um, you become nihilistic. It's important to know what you can't change and to change the things you can change. And it's important to know the difference. And that's a difficult thing. Often you'll see people, past 60. Um, they've got no fire left. They're 60. They've got no fire left. So the things that they feel that they can affect change on are increasingly few. Um, but when we're young and we got fight, we think we can handle more. And not sure that's true. I think that in our modern society, we've got way more inputs than the human psyche has ever had a right to, right? We've got like nonstop attention grabbing stuff coming at us. And I don't know that we're actually meant to incorporate all that kind of information inside our minds and make it cohesive and remain sane, and able to function and able to have meaningful relationships with other real live human beings and give proper attention to our families. Um, there's a danger about having one of these minds that makes connections everywhere, and increasingly I'm seeing people diving off the deep end, um, and not being able to maintain their balance. I mean, there's a lot of messed up stuff in the world. I'm not trying to gaslight anyone who's saying, "Oh, well, they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that." I think you're right, um, but I think it's making you crazy, and you've got this Cassandra problem where you can see it all coming, and no one believes you. I hear you, I feel you. Um, I'll throw this out there though. I think more people right now are hip to the fact that there's something horribly wrong with the whole thing than there ever have been before. Uh, I think that most of what uh, is propping up all of this garbage is the fact that all these people looking at this screen right here, all of you think you're alone. You're not alone. Uh, you're not alone. Uh, little by little, in private settings, please break the wall. Break that wall between you and the other person. Like, does something seem off to you? This is I don't know, but like Every time I look around, something's happening. Like, speak up. Be I've got a Scottish family member. He calls it the daft laddie. Be the guy who just doesn't know what's going on. I don't know. There's something going on here. I can't quite figure it out. What's going on with these people? And that's an opening for the other person. Make openings, open windows, call out, say, hey, anyone see that? Anyone hear that? Is it just me? You'll find there are actually a lot of people out there that are not feeling right about quite a lot of things and are seeing a lot of the connections that you're seeing. It's not just some web you made up in your head. You actually are seeing really good information and good connections. Sometimes you make mistakes, but a lot of that stuff is going on, and a lot of people are seeing it. And the trick is, because of these screens that we're all looking at right now, we don't know that we're not alone. We know that there are other people out there, and we think that they are very far away. We think that they're spread out all over the English-speaking world. I mean, I do have people in my social media in Ireland and Australia and all over the United States, and some in France, and like that's just my little friend group, which isn't that big. And you all have that. We all have that. We all have these friends that are not the same people. I mean, there's overlap, don't get me wrong, we've got overlap, but that web is actually pretty darn big of people who know there's something horribly wrong, want to do something about it, and feel powerless. And we have to find each other in real life. The screens aren't cutting it, guys. The screens don't cut it. They can't cut it. Because as long as we're feeling community through this damn screen, we're not out in our actual community, finding out who the real people are in our community who share the same concerns, have the same desire to generate a real community of people who get together because they like hanging out with each other. As much as I'm on the screen, get off your screen.